What's up, guys? Shockwave640 here, and today we're taking a look at the super deformed Neo Zeong. And this is going to have to be a two-part review because trying to fit this entire thing into one review would be very hard to do, especially under 30 minutes. So, for the first half, we're going to be taking a look at the super deformed SINANJU, which comes with the set, and then we'll be taking a look at like the power armor, which is the Neo Zeong itself. So, setting up the SINANJU real quick, and we're going to take a look at the box. The very large box, as you can see, and that box is tall. So they can see the Neo Zeong, and you can see some stuff that it can do, and some things about the SINANJU there. You see Neo Zeong, this is $392 in the BB Senshi line. You can see some more stuff down here. You can see the Unicorn Full Armor, the Unicorn Banshee, and the Neo Zeong. This set is 2,000 yen, so about $20. I got mine for about 16, I think. Same thing here on this side, and then back on there. There you can see a nice picture of the Neo Zeong right there. Sorry if you hear rattling on the inside. I've got all the parts for the Neo Zeong on the inside. See some like stuff in the background. You can see the halo there. You see SINANJU's head sticking out right there, which is accurate. You see some more stuff just popping out and going around. Nothing on the bottom. So setting that off to the side and bringing the SINANJU back inside, and let's do some size comparisons real quick. So setting this to the side a little bit, bringing in the SINANJU. So first we have the super deformed Aegis Gundam. Oh, and also this is a 2014 model. The SINANJU itself is an older model. They just decided to make the Neo Zeong as an upgrade kit, and they were nice enough to include the SINANJU kit with it. So that was a really cool idea. I'm glad they did that. So here he is with the Aegis Gundam. I think that this is more of an accurate scale if these two are side by side. I don't have the high grade for the Aegis, but I do have the high grade for the SINANJU, or SINANJU, however you want to say it. So it of course is a little bit taller, just because its head is taller and bigger, and it's got that fin right there. Other than that, I think that, yeah, the Aegis is bigger if you don't count the SINANJU's fin, but that's because the Aegis has a taller camera system. Here's Combiner Wars Shockwave, so you can see how them two scale side by side. Again, SD Gundam models are pretty much a Legends class size, or height I should say, not really size. They're a lot wider than a Legends class figure, but they're around that height. Here he is with another recent. No, this is not recent. This is actually kind of old. I think this is 2010. But so here he is with the what's it called? The Goof Custom. So they can see that. So setting up the Goof Custom real quick. Try not to knock everything over. And then with the Generations Deluxe Class Armada Starscream. So there is that. I'm setting him up to the side. Now let's get in here and take a look at some of the details on the SINANJU itself. Of course, on the head sculpt, you can see the metallic eye sticker on the inside. And a really cool feature is if you turn the head, the eye actually turns as well. So you can see the eye moving on the inside there. So there you go. You can see the eye moving on the inside. And if you don't want the eye to be moving, just kind of straighten it, get it how you want it to be. Pull the head up a little bit. I actually pull the head up. Basically what you want to do is you want to just pull the head off, and then this thing right here is the thing that turns the eye. You can see the eye turning on the inside right there. It's just this entire section right here turning, which is causing the eye to rotate on some gears that are inside of the head. I don't think there's any way of showing it without splitting the head back apart, so I would show it if I could. But basically the neck joint, which I'll show you in just a second, right inside here, this basically grabs on to that rotating section right there, and whenever you turn the head, you end up turning the eye. So if you just want to rotate the head without turning the eye, you just plug it in barely, and you can get all the movement you would expect. It just kind of looks weird if you look at it from certain angles. But so just pushing that back down, the head, of course, it is on a ball joint, but due to that gimmick, you can't really get ball jointed motions out of it. Continuing looking at the details, you can see the nice gold, and you can see some silver there on the chest bearing the Zeong emblem. Some more gold going all throughout here. You have it on the front skirts. You have a single gold sticker wrapping around the hands. You have quite a few gold stickers there on the legs. and even on the back of the legs you can see down there, and then nothing here else on the back or anything like that. Then you get these metallic red on the hand covers. I honestly don't know why they didn't. Well, okay, never mind. I do know why they did that, because the hand covers would have been really tiny if those were actually pieces. So I like it. It doesn't stand out as much as it is on camera. In hand, you pretty much completely forget about it, and I think it does look kind of cool. It just would have been. It would have been also nice if the entire Gundam matched. Or I should probably stop calling this a Gundam, because it's technically not a Gundam. But oh well, who cares? It's a Zeong technically, but I'm gonna call it a Gundam. But it would have been nice if the entire mobile suit was the same color. Like, either make the sticker the same color as the red, or make the red the same color as the sticker. Probably would have been much cheaper just to make this a different color red. Make it darker, or not darker, a brighter red. More of a pastel red like the rest of this guy, but oh well. So you get some nice colors going all throughout. You get the black and the reds, and pretty much looks exactly like the SINANJU. Of course, it is missing some details, like on the arms here, the hoses and stuff should be painted in. These thrusters here on the armor should be painted in. These Vulcans here on the sides of the head, those should be painted in. There should be some white right here on these thruster bits. I think that's it. Oh, and then there should be like some orangish gold right there and right there and on the inside. So it is definitely missing some of the paint apps, but it still looks nice nonetheless. So moving on with the articulation, it does have the ball jointed shoulders. It has ball jointed arms up here and a wrist swivel. It does not have elbows, sadly. These things here are on a ball joint, so you can get them going out so that you can get the arm going out, but then it usually likes to pop off. Now, I can't remember if the original SINANJU came, if you bought the SINANJU by itself. I don't remember if it has elbows or not. I don't think it does, but I could be wrong. It could actually have elbows. You do get a waist swivel. You do get this gimmick here. We can move the legs separately than the waist, but it doesn't work all that well. You get ball jointed legs. They're not like a normal SD Gundam. They're not just plugged in. They're plugged into the side like a standard Gundam model kit. So they can go forward and back, and then they can go side to side here at the foot, and then the legs can go in and out. So you can get some pretty nice stances with that. Also, if you come here to the backpack where the thrusters are on a ball joint, so you can nice movement out of them. And then the fuel tanks are also on ball joints. So you get some nice movement out of that. Huh, man, that was a mouthful of words. Okay, now let's take a look at the accessories, and this guy's got quite a few of them. So all of these accessories come with the normal SINANJU. The only accessories that don't come with the original SINANJU are these. These are not included if you just buy the SINANJU by itself. If you buy the Neo Zeong, you do get the bazooka right here and the attachment for the bazooka. So other than that, if you just buy the Neo Zeong, what you're getting is you're going to get one clear yellow beam saber. You're going to get one shield with adapters, shield plug-in bit. Mine's on a ball joint just because I actually wanted it to be. It really shouldn't be right there. You should not have the ball joint at all, and the handle's supposed to be right here, but I usually put it right up here on this ball joint because it makes things so much easier for life. But if you get this, you should have these axes right here and those two adapter pieces. You should get this grenade launcher, and you should get this beam rifle with a nice scope on it, and these two beam effects for the beam axes. If you can see, there you go, the two beam effects for the beam axes. So first, let's take a look at the bazooka itself. So, setting up the SINANJU real quick. So here's the bazooka in its stored mode. It's basically just a giant block of plastic, just gray plastic, no painted details or anything like that. Nice molded in details though. Here's the handle up here on the front. It doesn't store anywhere on the model kit, sadly, but this is the stored mode. This is how he would have stored it in the anime. And how you get it to actually firing mode is you pull the barrel out, you grab this cluster of junk, you flip around, you line it so that you have it going in, and you plug it on like so. You grab the barrel, make sure that that slot is facing up, and then you push it back in. And there you have the barrel in its extended transformed mode for firing it, because you get a scope there, you know, like some kind of sensor array right there, and then of course the barrel is extended, and you have all this stuff going on. So very cool. I do like it. I think it does look cool, and yeah, so he can hold it pretty well just because the handle is tilted, and he doesn't have any elbows, so that kind of doesn't help, but he can hold it fairly well. He won't put it really any more forward than this just because of these thrusters here in the back. I mean, he can kind of get it pointing forward. It's more like pointing inward. You can move his arm out, I guess, and then you've got it there. He's supposed to be able to hold this with 2 hands because the handle on the side here, he doesn't want to let go. The handle there on the side, but I can't ever get him to do it. Again, because he doesn't have elbows, it makes it so much harder. So I can't really get that done very well. So that is the accessory that comes with the Neo Zeong, and there is a reason for it, because this actually will play a part later on, and also does play a part with the beam rifle. So actually, let's get to the beam rifle. So what you want to do to prepare this for the combination that it has is you just want to pull the barrel off and all of this with it, and then you want to take that off and basically transform this back into its compacted mode, like so. And so here's the beam rifle right here. It does look really cool. I do like it. It has all the details that you would expect it to have. It is just 2 pieces of plastic with the... I think the barrel might be a separate piece. Nope, the barrel's... It's just 2 pieces of plastic right here. So, very cool. Of course, he can hold it perfectly fine in his little tiny hands, like so, and his arm pops off, like so. So, he can hold it fairly well. It's a fairly long rifle, so it's kind of hard to get him to hold it properly without looking awkward, because just he doesn't want to let go. Okay, the grip on this guy, his weapons, he does not want to let go of them, so at least you know for a fact that he won't be dropping them. So, moving into the side real quick, this can combine with the grenade launcher, which I'm going to go ahead and show that off as well. It's just a simple gray piece of plastic, nothing too exciting going on. The SINANJU can hold it, which he can't do it with the high grade because it doesn't have a handle. Well, it has a trigger, but it doesn't have a handle, so he can hold it and have like a little tiny pistol, I guess. I don't know if he holds it in the anime. I haven't seen very much of the anime, so I don't know, but you can, just like the high grade, you can take the gun and plug in the grenade launcher down the bottom, except for the high grade and the master grade, I think. This right here, we see this like little circle that actually hinges down, and then you slide that in, and like I said, it doesn't have a handle there, so that's not jutting out, so it's just like this. You slide that in, so it looks kind of like that pretty much, and then you have the grenade launcher attached on the bottom. For this one, you just simply grab it and align it with these 2 tabs and just push it on, and there you go. This also does serve as like a second handle, so if you want him to be holding it with 2 hands, you can very well do that. I usually don't like to display him. Well, I actually don't even display the SINANJU by itself. I always display it with the Neo Zeong armor equipped, so this is pretty much useless to me, but just in case I ever do want to display him in the SINANJU, I can. So, setting up the beam rifle, because it's pretty much done, and setting off this, but it's not done yet. So here's the beam saber, which is this nice handle, very katana-like, but this is really supposed to be a beam saber doing a slashing motion. I just like to pretend that it's a katana. I don't think this looks like a beam saber slashing. It needs to have a little bit more of a frilled look to it along the base, or I shouldn't say the base, along the blade of it. It should look more like stuff's coming off to make it look more like it's whooshing. But that does look very cool, very nice and samurai-like. I do like the entire clear yellow. People were complaining about the handle not being red or gray or whatever color it's supposed to be. If you don't like it, just paint the handle. I mean, it's not that hard. I like it completely clear. I think that looks cool. At least it's not completely red. I mean, come on. I'd be grateful for that at least. So moving on to the shield. The shield is really nice. It's got a lot of stickers on it. The shield and the body of the mobile suit itself have a lot of stickers on them. So if you don't like stickers, don't get this one. Don't get the master grade. Don't get the high grade if you really don't like stickers. But you can take the gun and you can plug it right onto the bottom of the shield right there. And this is usually how we like to have it, with the grenade launcher there on the bottom of the shield, because that's the storage. Now, if you really want to, you can go in here and you can pull off the beam axes, and you can take the bazooka and you can plug that into the bottom of the shield. It fits in perfectly. As you can see, there is a notch there that red piece up there fits into, and you can have that. This is for one of the transformation modes that it has. I don't remember how to do them all. It's really kind of goofy anyway, so I'm not going to do them. I'm not even going to do one of them. But basically, with the original SINANJU, you could transform it into some different modes and stuff, just to give it a little bit more playability, since it had so many accessories. That's why there's so many of these little tabs all over the place. Really, you just need this single set of tabs. All the other tabs are just for the transformations and combined modes that it has with itself and its weapons. So just plugging all of that back together. Actually, let me go ahead and show you guys the combination of the gun and the missile launcher, the bazooka. Basically, you just grab these two tabs and you plug them right into the top of the gun. And then there you go. You have the gigantic gun. I don't know if it did this in the show. I'm pretty sure it didn't. That looks ridiculous in just about every way possible. I'm pretty sure it looks a lot better on the show if it does do it. But you can do it. I think it's kind of pointless to have it, but it can do it. Why not? So getting back to the shield. The shield does use this little tab here, and like what I absolutely hate, it's an elbow shield, so it just tabs into these two slots on either side of the arm. And just kind of push it on, and there you go. You have the shield. It's really kind of useless because you can't even use it properly because it is on his elbow. But oh well, what are you gonna do? So pulling all of that off, setting him off to the side real quick, and plugging the handle back onto the shield. So another thing, yeah, the original SINANJU came with one of these. I think the original SINANJU came with a clear red one of these with a little bit of sparkle to it, but this guy comes with a black one for the Neo Zeong because obviously it doesn't have any legs, so it can't stand up. But it does come with the pieces needed to display your SINANJU on this, so you just plug it right into the bottom hole, which I forget to show on every one of my Gundam reviews, but every one of the Gundams I've showed have the same hole, so you can get them displayed in a flight pose very, very easily, so you can kind of get one of your Gundams up high and maybe display him holding his rifle, and then you can have him with his beam saber in the other arm. So there you go, you can have that displayed on your shelf or your desk or whatever. So guys, this was the Super Deformed SINANJU. This is the first part for the Neo Zeong, which was the winner of the last voting. I think only one person voted, but it still counts because that one person's vote does matter. So, and sorry, his arm popped off again. So guys, let's go ahead and do the next voting. So, like always, up at the top, the voters will be up there. So, let's get the guys in that will be getting voted for. So, first up for the voting, we have the Transformers Construct Bots Soundwave. And I will raise the camera in a second so you can see his face. Just let me get the other two guys in here real quick. So, there is Construct Bots Soundwave. Here we have the high grade Goof Custom for voting, and we have Transformers Generations Armada Starscream. So let me just get the camera up a little bit, straightening up Starscream's sword. So here we go, guys. We have Construct Bots Soundwave. We have the high grade Goof Custom, and we have, sorry, you can see the size comparisons over there. And we have Armada Starscream from Generations. So which one of these guys do you guys want to see? So click the eye up at the top and vote and cast your votes. And that will be the review that is featured tomorrow. Also, in other news, I do have the next Lego mock built. It's not Clampdown. I actually had to quit that project because Clampdown, his transformation was too, I guess you could say, intricate for the CCBS system to be able to do, or at least with my level of skill, I couldn't pull it off. Maybe me and one of my friends, Harry Gordon, will probably be able to get that set up for you guys. Maybe not. But I do have Razor Wing, and he will be reviewed eventually. My other mock is the Mangle from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I will try and review her soon. She's really, really gigantic, so it's going to be hard to get her on this entire set. I mean, she's going to be, like, way up here. I mean, that's going to be very hard to try and review. So I will try it for you guys. So I think that's pretty much it for news. Also, this guy does have instructions, by the way. If you want to see the instructions, just go to meg9.com, like I say all the time. Here's the comic book real quick if you guys want to see that. I don't understand a thing that's going on, but it kind of looks like people are getting mad of fighting, and explosion happens, and things and stuff, and I think the bad guy, nope, the good guys, the good guys lost, and the SINANJU wins the treasure chest, and I have no idea what's going on. It looks like the SINANJU won, even though it's a bad guy, so yay, bad guys win, cool! So, I'll be seeing you later, I'll see you later, oh my lord. I'll be seeing you later, my little Logicons. Thank you for watching the review. See you later.